After 70
Tentara
years of
Nasional Indonesia Sabtu pagi
independence,
menggelar acara gladi
Indonesia
bersih
still
acara HUT
has a
yang
long way to
ke-70
go in
Halim
reaching the
Oktober nanti di
ideal and
Dermaga Indah
desired
Kiat
level
Cilegon,
of
Banten.
shipping and logistics infrastructure.
Acara
We
gladi
have
bersih ini
progressed
dipimpin
and
langsung oleh
achieved a
Panglima
lot,
TNI
but
Jenderal
we
TNI
still have
Gatot
a lot of
Nurmantio yang
work to
didampingi
do in
oleh Kepala Staf
improving the
masing-masing matra.
competitiveness and productivity of our shipping and logistics
Rencananya acara HUT
systems.
TNI yang digelar pada
Like a
tanggal 5 Oktober
double-edged
nanti
sword,
juga akan
our
dihadiri oleh
unique
Presiden Joko
situation
Widodo.
gives us many challenges as well
HUT
as
TNI yang
plenty of
ke-70 bertemakan
opportunities.
bersama rakyat yang
Over the
kuat,
weekend,
hebat, profesional,
reports
siap
surfaced
mewujudkan
that
Indonesia
the
yang berdaulat,
Indonesian
mandiri,
legislature
dan
had agreed to a
berkepribadian.
proposal to boost the country's defense budget in order to fund new purchases following earlier cuts being mulled. According to Antara News, Mahfuz Siddiq, the chairman of Commission I of the House of Representatives,
Lebih dari
DPR,
5.000 prajurit
said on the
TNI yang terlibat
25th
dalam
of
acara gladi
September
bersih
that he
ini.
had agreed in principle to a
Dalam acara
proposal
gladi bersih
advanced
ini,
by
TNI
Defense Minister
menampilkan keahlian bela
Iamizid
diri yang dimiliki oleh
Ryukyu to
prajurit
increase
TNI
the
Angkatan
military
Darat.
budget by Rp
Selain
37
itu,
trillion.
TNI juga
Around
memamerkan dan
Rp
melakukan
30
atraksi
trillion of
menembak
that
dan terbang
amount,
dengan ratusan
Siddiq said,
kendaraan perang
would be
alutsista
used
yang
to
dimiliki,
purchase
mulai
military
dari kapal
equipment,
perang,
with the
kapal
rest
selam,
going to
tank,
other areas
helikopter,
like
dan
troop
pesawat tempur
welfare.
milik TNI.
The development is not
TNI sendiri
surprising.
masih menunggu kedatangan KRI
Indonesian
Dewa Ruci untuk
legislators,
melengkapi acara HUT
including
TNI besok.
Siddiq himself, had expressed deep concern when it was revealed earlier this month that Indonesia may be cutting its 2016 defense budget. See, why is Indonesia set to cut its military budget for 2016? As I wrote then, some had expressed concerns that it might affect the purchase of important new hardware for Indonesia, including Su-35 jets and submarines from Russia. See, Indonesia to buy new submarines from Russia. Indonesian defense officials, however, had indicated that efforts would be made to ensure that critical new equipment, especially for the Navy and Air Force, would be prioritized despite the cuts. At an event at the U.S. Indonesia Society, USINDO, earlier this month, the DPR's speaker Setia Novanto had also told the diplomat that officials were in the process of ensuring that priority purchases including submarines, helicopters and planes, would not be affected. In this vein, the proposal to increase the budget and spend most of it on new equipment is an encouraging sign as it could mean fewer cuts for procurement. More broadly, if the proposal ends up being passed by the DPR's budget board, the 2016 defense budget would stand at Rp 132.8 trillion, up from the Rp 95.8 trillion allocated in the draft budget earlier this year. Beyond the amount itself, that new total figure is important because it will represent an increase, rather than a decrease in the 2015 military budget, which is over Rp 102 trillion. As I noted in an earlier piece, a decrease would have been seen as a severe blow to Indonesia's military modernization efforts. See, why is Indonesia set to cut its military budget for 2016? As it is, despite being the world's largest archipelagic state and its fourth most populous country, Indonesia has significantly underinvested in its military relative even to its much smaller Southeast Asian neighbors. Despite sharp increases in recent years, growing from 17 trillion in 2010 to 102.3 trillion in 2015, Indonesian defense spending as a percentage of GDP was the lowest in ASEAN at 0.8% in 2014, well below the regional average of 2.2%. It would also have undermined the credibility of President Jokowi Widodo's ambitions for Indonesia. Jokowi had come into office pledging to increase Indonesia's defense spending to 1.5% of GDP and even double the budget in 2016 as Indonesia seeks to develop a minimum essential force by 2024 and serve as a global maritime fulcrum. Will Indonesia double its military budget in 2016? While many, myself included, have been quite skeptical of Jokowi's effort to double the budget given Indonesia's economic troubles, a decrease as opposed to just a smaller
Karena acara ini
increase,
terbuka
would
untuk
have
umum,
severely
proses
dashed
relokasi di acara gladi
expectations of a
bersih HUT TNI
significant
juga
boost
turut
to
menyaksikan jalannya
Indonesia's
gladi bersih
defense
dan atraksi alutsista
capabilities.
TNI.